What's up guys, this is Gerard back to you with another tutorial video on taxation. So on this video, I'm going to be talking about the taxes related to transfers of property. So this video is a primer for my future tutorials on donorstax and estate tax. So this is essentially an overview of transfer taxes and other taxes related to transfers of property. So I'm going to be discussing the different modes of transfers here in the Philippines along with their tax implications. So stick around at the end of the video where I'll be showing a diagram summarizing all of the possible taxes that are triggered in transfers of properties. So transfers can be defined as any mode of disposing of or parting with an asset or interest in an asset. This can include a gift, payment of money, release, lease, creation of a lien, or other encumbrances. Now we can define transfer as conveyance of property or title from one person to another. Now there are two types of transfers, onerous transfers and gratuitous transfers. Now when we say onerous transfers, the property was in exchange for a monetary consideration, or goods and services was in exchange for something of equivalent value, such as in a sale or barter. So in terms of onerous transfers, it's important to identify what type of property is being transferred and the type of taxpayer involved. So in terms of property, say for example, shares of stock that could be either traded in the local stock exchange or directly sold to the buyer, or land that is being sold by a real estate developer. So for onerous transfers, it's important to identify who our taxpayer is. So some examples include a VAT-registered person or entity or a non-VAT registered. So another example is if the taxpayer did the transfer in relation to conduct of business or it's purely personal transaction. So just like what I mentioned in my capital gains tax video, we have to identify if that particular asset is an ordinary asset or a capital asset. I'll link that video right up here if you like to see that particular discussion. Now let's go to gratuitous transfers. Generally, it could either be donation or succession. So donation is an act of liberality whereby a person disposes gratuitously a thing or a right in favor of another who accepts it. Whereas in succession, property, rights, or obligation is transmitted from the decedent to a qualified person either through a will or by operation of law. So as I've said in the start of the video, here is the diagram showing the different taxes triggered by various transfer transactions. As you can see, I divided transfers depending if the transfer is onerous or gratuitous. So under onerous transfers, it could be done within the context of doing a business or without a business. For those conducting a business, we have to know if the property transferred through, say for example, sale is an ordinary asset or capital asset. If it's an ordinary asset, taxes could either be income tax, value-added tax for registered entities, percentage tax for non-VAT registered, expanded withholding tax such as those real estate developers, and documentary stamp tax. Conversely, for capital assets, this involves capital gains tax in lieu of income tax. The other taxes I mentioned are also the same. Now those transfers without any business implication, we have capital gains tax and doc stamps. Gratuitous transfers, it could either be donation or succession. Take note of the tax base for donorstax. It will be 6% computed on the basis of the total gifts in excess of 250 exempt gifts made during the year. While for estate tax, the base shall be 6% on the value of the net estate determined as of the time of death of decedent, which is comprising all properties less allowed deductions. And that's it. So make sure to subscribe for the upcoming videos for donorstax and estate tax. Now I have a question for you guys. Now, which of the following taxes I mentioned on this video is the most difficult for you? Comment down below and I'd love to hear all of your answers. So if you found this video very helpful, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe for more tutorial videos on taxation to help you improve your skills and knowledge in taxation. So this is Gerard. Have a great day.